From 1983, Octopussy, James Bond film I watched on Hulu, starring Roger Moore. Maud Adams plays the title role here, Octopussy. The only girl who returns in a mainstream Bond film despite being killed and playing a different character. So, this time around, Bond is, it's fairly convoluted. There's like this scheme to steal shit. Trying to remember what the opening action sequence is. It's like starting with like The Spy Who Loved Me or something. It's like from that point forward, it's like there's so many. Bond has to do something cool before the title. I can't quite remember what it is, but I'll talk about it in the comments below. But there's this guy who steals this Fabergé egg. He was a 00. He takes it to the embassy, but he's killed en route, and he dies, falling through the window. He's dressed as a clown. They're trying to investigate this. They determine that they need to find the original, which is up for sale, auction at Sotheby's. And so Bond goes there and bids against it. This Indian guy bids way beyond its point of £500 million. Today this stuff goes for like 33 million. Rich people just drive up prices, don't they? So, yeah, things worth collecting are definitely worth holding on to. Well, Bond needs to investigate why this guy needed this. It was for this Octopussy's jewelry smuggling ring. She also is diversified. She has like these girl bandits and this circus, and you're kind of thinking she's the bad guy. Bond has to hang out in India. He gets roughed up by the Indian guy and his goon who can like crush dice with his hands or some shit. They send hitmen to kill Bond. Bond hooks up with Octopussy. There's also this girl Magda that Bond's kind of keeping an eye on a lot early. He hooks up with her too. She has the Octopussy tattoo. She's pretty cool. This actress, don't know much about her. She wasn't in a whole lot, but she does some like nice high kicking, swinging kicks and shit. A little bit of kung fu stuff. She juggles at one point in the movie. She's like the ringleader of the circus. It's pretty cool. And for not being a native English speaker, by my understanding, she seems convincing enough. I like Magda here. And Bond eventually learns that Octopussy's being double-crossed by the Russians. This is Steven Berkoff, who plays angry Russian general. I think this is the first time he has that role. You see him again in like Rambo First Blood Part 2. And he had this plan to switch the diamonds on her circus when they were smuggling it through Berlin. And when they do a show for the American Air Force Base, this circus performance, they're not going to have the diamonds on them that they thought they were smuggling across. They're going to have a nuke. Take out the Air Force Base. This would cause Europe to disarm all their nukes, thinking that they could all go off at any moment. And that would allow the Russians' tank regiment to roll through. Interesting plan, I guess. It's convoluted. It's kind of messy. There's some cool car chases here and there. There's business on a train. I think this is an okay Bond movie. There's a few things that kind of give it a bit of hiccup, though. Bond's chased in the jungle, and a tiger comes after him. He's like, sit. It's like everything in the jungle wants a piece of Bond. There's leeches. There's snakes. He swings on the vines. There's a Tarzan yell, infamous scene. That stuff does weigh it down. It's getting a little bit of that too much Roger Moore needed humor in here. And a lot of it's humorous anyways. You have the girl bandits fighting without guns against the armed guys, but they hold their own. Bond gets on a plane during this escape at the end where Octopussy's held captive, and they have to like jump out of the plane. Like there's fighting on a plane because Bond's like taking the plane out while holding on to it. All the Tom Cruise Rogue Nation. And it's interesting that people they have actual stunt guys doing this stuff. you always got to give him credit when something like that goes down. Well, Bond escapes with Octopussy, and he's banged up. He's on her barge at the end, but he's resting. And she's like, "Oh, I wish you were better." He's like, "Haha, I'll spring into action for you, baby." It's a fun but kind of goofy Bond. You know, I give Octopussy 2.5 out of 3 stars.